This is Mac OS Ken.
A positive sign for Foxconn, notable news for a couple of Apple stores, and AV offerings from Apple TV Plus. It is Tuesday, the 7th of November, 2023. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by SimpliSafe, the right way to protect your home. Get 50% off any SimpliSafe system with a Fast Protect plan at simplisafecom/macosken. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macosken. Interesting news Monday about Apple manufacturing partner Foxconn. The website The Street had the contract manufacturer, which produces electronics for a number of companies in addition to Apple, sounding a positive note for the current quarter. According to the site, Taiwan-based Foxconn, arguably the most important company in Apple's global supply chain, said October revenues slipped 4.6% from last year to $23 billion US, but noted significant month-on-month gains ahead of the expected demand surge from both the early November Singles Day shopping event in China and the Black Friday holiday shopping kickoff later this month in the US. Foxconn has called for significant growth for the current quarter. While the 4.5% revenue drop last month may have caused some to doubt, the company is sticking with that projection. The Street had Foxconn indicating that its call for significant growth this quarter versus last quarter remains unchanged. Whether Foxconn sees that growth because of Apple hardware or despite what the Street refers to as Apple's muted holiday revenue forecast remains to be seen. The world may get more insight later this month. Foxconn will provide more details on its near-term outlook when it publishes formal September quarter earnings on the 14th of November, according to the report. That 27-inch Apple Silicon-powered iMac for which you've been waiting, it's not coming. For many years, as a piece from The Verge, the 27-inch iMac was Apple's flagship consumer desktop computer, and its reach spread far beyond the typical living room or home office into the studios and edit bays of many media companies. That Intel-based machine was dropped from Apple's lineup in early 2022. Now The Verge has heard from Apple that a replacement will not be along. An Apple PR rep confirmed the plans, or lack thereof, to the site. According to The Verge, Apple encourages those who have been holding out hope for a larger iMac to consider the Studio Display and Mac Studio or Mac Mini, which pair a 27-inch 5K screen with a separate computer, compared to the all-in-one design of the iMac. Musicians who are all in on the Apple thing may have an update or two waiting for them. Mac Rumors ran a report Monday saying that the Cupertino company had updated Logic Pro for both Mac and iPad. The piece says the Logic Pro companion app Mainstage for the Mac has also been updated, as was GarageBand for Mac. While the Logic Pro updates bring new features to each platform, the Mainstage and GarageBand updates only bring stability improvements and bug fixes. The updates are all free for folks already running the applications. Logic Pro for Mac runs buyers $199.99. Mainstage for Mac is $29.99. Logic Pro for iPad is available subscription only for $4.99 a month. And GarageBand is a free application. If you drop by Chicagoland's Naperville Apple store in the next few days, don't be surprised to find a bit of damage. The Chicago Tribune says somebody drove a car into it in the early hours of Monday morning. Though an early report said it was unclear whether the crash was an accident or an attempted burglary, a later update from the Tribune said an undisclosed number of electronic devices were stolen from the store. The update had police saying that the store was hit by one car, giving 3 suspects access to the building, where they took a number of electronic items and fled in another car, leaving the first car where the store's front door used to be. The incident happened hours before the store was set to open. No one was believed injured in the crash, according to the report. The website for the location, Apple Main Place, showed the store as closed on Monday. It is expected to reopen today during normal business hours. With 100% fewer cars poking through the front, Apple opened its 56th store in China over the weekend. Apple Insider says Apple Mix C Wenzhou welcomed the public on Saturday, revealing an interior that the piece says is practically indistinguishable from Apple Tyson's Corner in the U.S. And practically indistinguishable from the revamped version that opened this year, not the one that opened in 2001. Journalist and Apple retail enthusiast Michael Stieber has written about the Wenzhou location, saying its similarity to Tyson's Corner indicates how the future of Apple retail might shape up. For its part, Apple Insider speculates that might be the case for the mall-bound stores. At the same time, the site's William Gallagher expresses hope that Apple will continue with its historic building preservation, Apple retail combinations, as well as its support for new architectural designs. More news in a moment, but first a word from today's sponsor, SimpliSafe, the right way to protect your home. Got family coming for the holidays? Leaving to see family for the holidays? Is it just a day that ends in Y? There are all sorts of reasons to keep your home safe, and this is an excellent time to strengthen your home security. That's because SimpliSafe is offering a great deal. You can get up to 50% off a brand new SimpliSafe home security system. Maybe you're worried about break-ins when you're out. Maybe you're worried about fires or flooding. Maybe you just want a little added peace of mind. You can have it with SimpliSafe. They let you customize exactly the system you want, monitor that system 24/7 for less than $1 a day, and let you try it out with a 60-day risk-free money-back guarantee. And getting it going is a breeze. I had my system set up on my own in under an hour. U.S. News & World Report named SimpliSafe the best home security of 2023. Find out why. For a limited time, you can get 50% off any SimpliSafe system with a Fast Protect plan. Visit simplisafe.com/macOSKen. That's simplisafe.com/macOSKen. SIMPLI. That's simplisafe.com/macOSKen. There's no safe like SimpliSafe. Entertainment and infotainment offerings on the horizon from Apple. Starting with something for the kids, a piece from The Hollywood Reporter says Apple TV Plus, Wild Brain Studios, and Peanuts Worldwide are mounting a CG animated feature that'll take Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the rest of the gang to New York City. Well, the accompanying art looks like New York City, though quotes only have the gang going to the big city. Quotes like the one from Tara Sorensen, Apple's head of children's programming, who said, "We can't wait for everyone to experience the heartwarming new adventure with Snoopy, Charlie Brown, and the gang in the big city." Also quoted was Craig Schultz, who said, "It is so special to carry on my father's legacy with an original story from me, my son Brian, and his writing partner Neil." No release date yet for the film, no title either. I'm kicking around a couple, though, including "Don't Pee on That Charlie Brown" and "Don't Touch That Charlie Brown. I think somebody peed on it." Very big city. Much nearer in time than Snoopy's trip to the big city, Apple TV Plus issued a press release Monday announcing a trailer for the straight-to-streaming feature, The Family Plan. This is the one where Mark Wahlberg was a government assassin, but is now a simple Joe with a wife and 3 kids, living in the suburbs. Then bad guys from his past find him, and comedy and adventure ensue. Honestly, there seems no way to describe this movie and make it sound good. Then you watch the trailer and, well, let's be clear. I'm not sure the movie's going to be good, but it actually looks funny. Maybe even enjoyable. I'll put it this way. Given that I follow Apple for a living, I've always felt like I should watch the Chris Evans movie Ghosted, but I haven't been able to bring myself to, and there has not been a trailer that has made me want to. And the trailer for The Family Plan kind of makes me want to watch The Family Plan. We've got time to decide, of course. The movie hits Apple TV Plus on Friday, the 15th of December. If you want to see what, if anything, the trailer does for you, you can catch it now on YouTube. Drawing even closer to now, Apple TV Plus issued another press release heralding another trailer on Monday, this one featuring the Cupertino streamer's take on the kids' classic, The Velveteen Rabbit. According to the release, the new special, based on the treasured classic children's book by Marjorie Williams, celebrates the magic of unconditional love. When 7-year-old William receives a new favorite toy for Christmas, he discovers a lifelong friend and unlocks a world of magic. Unless they have changed the story a lot, I feel like they're leaving out kind of a significant bit. I will say the execution looks great, mixing a few styles of film and animation. Landing at the start of the holiday season, the 40-minute special hits Apple TV Plus on Wednesday, the 22nd of November. You may want to grab tissues, even just for the trailer, which you can watch now on YouTube. And finally today, it's not the holidays yet. Before they happen, Apple TV Plus is hitting with a bit of skullduggery. Well, Apple TV Plus is hitting podcasts with a bit of skullduggery. One more press release from the Cupertino people, teasing the podcast, The Pirate of Prague. Across 8 episodes, the release says, The Pirate of Prague tells the story of the charming young Czech, Viktor Kožený, who smooth-talked his super-wealthy Aspen neighbors and a Wall Street titan into investing huge sums of cash to snap up Azerbaijan's state-owned oil company, promising staggering returns. This is the story of private jets, $20,000 dinners, and suitcases stuffed with cash. It is also a tale about the collapse of communism, the free-for-all that followed, and the rise of the oligarchs. And it's a story of plain old human greed, or just how far the rich may go to get even richer. 8 episodes, as I previously mentioned. The first 3 episodes hit the podcatcher of your choice next Monday, the 13th of November. The trailer does sound intriguing. You can find it by searching for The Pirate of Prague on Apple Podcasts, on Overcast, or visit the URL apple.co/pirate. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by SimpliSafe. Get 50% off any SimpliSafe system with a Fast Protect plan at simplisafe.com/macOSKen. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media. Online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. info@macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, That is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.